Hey everybody, it's Dave Dugdale, learningdslrvideo.com. So I just finished a 30-second commercial. I'd never done one before, so this video is about what I learned. I've been going to my daughter's swim practice for a while, and I usually bring my camera just to practice. So I thought, instead of just sitting here, just taking pictures and some videos, so I approached the swim instructor, the owner of the facility, and I said, how can I make you a 30-second commercial? I've never done one before, and I think it would be fun. So she agreed to it, and before I tell you all the stuff that I learned, go ahead and watch it. It's only 30 seconds, so I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Goggles check, swim cap check, wings check.
It's not about winning, it's more than that. When a student is comfortable in the water, it ends up turning into a life skill.
I'm a butterfly. Win or lose, I still feel like I'm flying. See you at practice.
So before I started in on this commercial, I did a lot of research, and I found a commercial done by Kellogg's. It stars Rebecca Soni, and I think it only aired maybe a few times before the Olympics, and I love the visuals. I love the pacings of the edits and all that great stuff. So what I did is I basically broke it down and tried to figure out as much about it as I could. And there was actually a behind the scenes making of this commercial. And I'm going to guess this commercial probably cost maybe $500,000, maybe $1 million to make. I mean, they had like underwater vehicles. They had these cranes that went out over the pool. If you watch the behind the scenes, I'll put the link to it in my description below. And definitely watch the other video too, because you'll notice a lot of similarities to mine. And in some of my research, I found that they had filmed, I believe, for 2 days straight, like 8 hours a day. And I think they were working Rebecca in and out of the pool many times. In my commercial, did not have any of that. A lot of my stuff was actually just run and gun. It was like a lot of B-roll that I picked up along the way. And I actually had, like maybe 15 minutes with the actual swimmer in this particular video. That's in my video. And but most of the time it was like, that's all the time you get. We got to go back to practice, or, there's some lifeguard that needs to go home, so all you get is 10 minutes. So I was rushed. I didn't have any lighting. I couldn't set up like reflectors. I couldn't do all this stuff. And if you watch the behind the scenes of the Kellogg's commercial, you notice they'll have they had like 20 lights, really high powered lights all around the pool. And I wish I kind of had that, because I didn't have the contrast that I wanted to. But I think, overall, if you look at, how much time I had to spend on this, it came out pretty good. So even on my voiceover, I didn't have much time. I think that I had like 3 minutes with my voiceover talent, and we did 2 takes. And it was basically after a birthday party. I pulled her over because she had a really cute voice. I said, can you read these lines? With her mom standing right next to me, and she did it in like 2 takes, and that was all I had. So this is very much a run and gun kind of thing. So I follow the Basic Filmmaker, great YouTube channel. One of the videos he's got is how to create a commercial. And 30 seconds is not easy, because you're wanting to put so many different things into 30 seconds, and it's just, you can't. You're just, like he talks about in his tips for creating a good commercial, is you only want to convey one message. And in this video, I sat down with the owner before we started shooting like run and gun shooting basically, but I wanted to, I just had coffee with her, and I tried to figure out what she wanted to get out of this video. And basically she wanted to pass on the message of, we're not only teaching a lifelong skill, but we want to pass on the passion for the sport, is basically what she wanted to convey in this 30-second commercial. And I think I did a pretty good job doing that. But, definitely go check out the Basic Filmmaker's tips on creating a commercial, because it's really awesome. Coming up with an idea for a 30-second commercial you'd think would be easy, but it's actually harder than it seems. It took me a couple of weeks. I was like racking my brain, writing things down, lots of different ideas. And luckily my next door neighbor, Miguel Hernandez, works for Sterling Rice Group out of Boulder. It's an ad agency, and he's really good at this type of stuff. So I said, can you come over for like 10 minutes and just brainstorm some ideas with me? And he saw what I had written, and he showed me a few different websites on like finding words that matched up with other words to give you ideas to brainstorm. For instance, I was like, what can we do? And we were like looking at the different strokes, and he said, well, you got butterfly. And then we were looking at this one website, and it was like different words like wings. And I'm like, and then he came up with a line, which I thought was brilliant. I am a butterfly. Win or lose, I still feel like I'm flying, which really ties into the message of, teaching a lifelong skill and passing on the passion for the sport. Because you want to see the kids having fun, learning how to swim, and all that good stuff. So I love that line. So I really want to thank Miguel for coming up with that one line. And I basically built everything else around that one line. So I learned a lot. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm really happy with the story part came out, thanks to my neighbor Miguel. Visually wise, it wasn't that great. I had problems color correcting certain footage because it was so run and gun. I didn't have a chance to white balance. And I give you guys a whole bunch of excuses because I didn't really have access to the talent that much. It was like, the parents would be there, the lifeguards like, come on, let's go. The swim coach is like, we got to wrap this up. And I got like 10 minutes to shoot this one shot. And I'm fumbling with the cards and I'm trying to work my way around composition wise around the different angles. And it's like, oh, we got to go. And it's like, oh, I never, you're trying to fine tune and get that right shot. So I can give you lots of excuses, but overall, I learned a lot, especially from this sense of just taking, which is an awesome exercise, to just take something like a 30-second commercial, which is great because it's so short, and just chop it up and figure out what they're doing visually, editing wise, things that I wouldn't even thought of doing, like, punching in a little bit and repeating part of the stroke in slow motion as you assemble the stroke. All that stuff is, just golden. And next time I do a commercial like that, I won't have to look at stuff like that. I'll be able to do it much faster, but it's just kind of like a masterclass, getting in somebody's head and figuring out what they're doing. So that's pretty much it. I thought I'd share stuff that I've learned. Let me know what you think. I think it came out pretty good for just a very much of a run and gun kind of commercial, if there's such a thing. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.